guys, welcome back to another episode of Sleeping Giants. Oh my god, I can't do that sometimes. Right, yeah. So, in the last episode, we had probably one of my favourite livecom games of all time. There was goalkeeping errors, there was two absolute belting strikes from Milos Sanchez. He's just my hero, that man. Seriously, he's becoming my favourite player in this series at the moment. Which is a shame because he's not the youngest, and I don't know if he'll be here for the entire bit, but he'll certainly be one of the heroes of the first sort of part of this series in the long run. Now, we got another draw in Europe, which means that we've got, well, 4 draws from 4 games, and today we have another one. Not another draw, another game, but we've got a couple of games to go through before that. So in the first one, we played against, I think they were 3rd or 4th place, FK Rad, and we were very lucky to get away with a 4-1 win here. Like, seriously, look at these stats. Georgi Despotovic, of course, put us in front on 13 minutes, but then Georgi Denic equaliser for Rad. And the reason that they were so good in this game is because of the way that they played. And eventually I managed to suss out what they were doing, so we dropped a little bit deeper, changed a couple of things, and in the second half we did start to dominate a little bit when Daniel Avramovski made it 2-1 on 60 minutes. I wish it was a picture for Avramovski, since he is clearly going to be a player that's going to be part. Look at these stats. He's so consistent. That's what I mean. Like, look at it. He's not got a single stat on his entire being that is less than 10. And only 2 of them are actually 10. He's going to have a full slate of greens here in a minute, which is great. He's just an all-round great player. Strakwalersi made it 3-1 there, and I still love that picture of him. Before, of course, a late Milos Bosancic penalty was able to make it 4-1. And it's... I mean, look at his stats. He's got some damn good stats, but his stats are very good for his sort of set pieces and stuff, but just the amount of goals he's scored. 24 appearances this year, and he's got 13 goals. Unbelievable. In Europe especially, he has been on fire. So there we have it. In the game overall, I mean, look, they had 8 clear-cut chances against us and didn't score. Oh, sorry, scored 1 goal. I think we were lucky to get away with a win. I mean, we're lucky to get away with a point in some senses, although they didn't really play that well. They were good at creating chances. Like, the chances they did create were good. They just weren't very good at finishing them, and that's kind of where we came in and managed to come up with the goods. Now, with the game against Valencia in today's episode in mind, I decided to rest some players against Proletari, or Proletar, or something. What they're called? Yeah, Proletar Novi Sad, which means we actually did lose this one, and it was a very, very weak contingent. Stankovic, Mihailovic, Marinkovic, Mihailovic, Kvetkovic. Bosancic did actually play because we have no one else that could play there. Ivanovic, Rakic played, Strakwalersi, Stojkovic. You know, I brought on Despotovic and Jovic late on to try and save it, but it just wasn't possible. We actually took the lead through Avramovski on 20 minutes and everything looked great, but I took off Bosancic at half time because I was trying to conserve his energy for today's game, and I had to bring on oh god, who was it? It was Stojkovic, who just is woeful. Oh, he's not woeful, he just is not ready for first team football yet. He's not a good player yet. I don't know what his potential's like. There's not even that great potential, really, compared to the sort of the squad we've got. So he did a very, very poor job of controlling that midfield, and it allowed them back into the game. Marko Rajkovic went through on 60 minutes to make it 1-1, before Nemanja Kovic gave them the lead on 81 minutes. They scored to wrap the game up in stoppage time through Rajkovic again. We then won a penalty which Mihailovic took because obviously Ivanovic wasn't on the pitch. So yeah, I think they definitely, look at that again, 8 clear-cut chances, 7 half chances. They could have had any number of goals, but they didn't. They only got 1 more than us, and that's good. You might think, oh Christ, that's bringing the league back into disrepute. No, it isn't, and I'll explain exactly why. Because we got the biggest stroke of luck you could imagine during that game. Partizan lost at home to Borac, and that was Borac's first win of the season, away at the second best team in the league. So we got a massive stroke of luck there. So we still have a 5-point gap, and we were able to rest players for today's game, and that makes me very, very happy. Now, the problem we do have at the moment is injuries, and I will explain that, because we've got so many injuries, and that is my main worry coming into today's game against Valencia. I just don't feel that we're going to be able to continue the run we've been on because of the sheer number of injuries we've got. We'll do a quick pick, and I'll show you what I mean. So, players that are unavailable for this game: Peshnik, Kovacevic, Gavric, because he's not fit yet, Savicevic, Antic, Jovanovic. So we're missing a winger, our half-back, another winger, our attacking midfielder, a left-back, and a centre-back. That is a lot of players. That is 6 players that would almost certainly start. Perhaps not Jovanovic, but he would certainly be on the bench. That is 5 starting players are missing, which, I mean, the actual overall team isn't that bad. Lazic, Planic, Mihailovic, Gojic, Karaman, of course, who made that horrible error in the last game, Petkovic, still good, Bosancic, Avramovski, Lazovic, Jovic, Despotovic. It's decent. The problem then comes when we have to go to the bench. Rakic is okay, and so Strakwalersi. Pavicevic is getting on a bit. And other than that, I mean, Djordjevic, Ivanovic, and Rangelov are just complete unknown entities to us, and they are so poor. They're like 1-star. I think, as far as I can remember, they're 1-star. He's a 2-star. Okay. Ivanovic is definitely 1-star, and I'm pretty sure Rangelov is 1.5. No, 1-star again. So that's the problem, is the strength of the bench is not there. We're going to do our best today away at Valencia, but I think we're going to have to rely on some miracles elsewhere. And even if we don't go through or get into 3rd spot and get Europa League, we've still had one hell of a Champions League campaign. To get 4 draws, that's £1.6 million in prize money we've earned ourselves. So I think we can be pretty confident in that anyway. Right, let's submit this team and get straight into this game. I am looking forward to this massively, because you never know. If we went, I mean, look at that. Eindhoven play Benfica today. Now, the one thing that could work heavily in our favour today is if Eindhoven beat Benfica, because Eindhoven would then go on to 9 points, and Benfica would still be on 2. Now, what this means is that if we were to take a draw with Valencia today, we would basically be as good as in 3rd place and guaranteeing European football, because we'd have to have a 3-goal swing in our last game against Eindhoven at home, and Benfica would have to beat Valencia, and I think it'd probably be away. So if we can get a draw here and Eindhoven beat Benfica, there might still be hope for us yet. Heck, if Benfica lose today, there might well still be hope for us yet, even if we do lose our remaining 2 games. We could still get that 3rd spot. You just never know. We've done well so far. Oh, good grief. Cartavia. Oh, pardon me. Cartavia and Alcacer are both starting for him. Who was it that was it Negredo that played for them in the first leg? But he is absent today, so maybe they're slightly weaker, but when you consider that their weakness is putting on Paco Alcacer, I worry. Right, we're going to go for it. Apply advice to team. I really don't know how we're going to do with today's game. We've proved that we could score against these sides. I just don't know. I worry about what's going to happen if we have to make substitutions, which of course we will do. I don't know. I think today, my betting on today's game is that it's going to finish 2-0 to Valencia. But what can you do? As long as PSV beat Benfica for us, there's still all kinds of hope floating around in the air for us. Karaman with the long ball forward, but I'll tell you what, we take the lead in this game, and there's all kinds of hope for us to at least get a draw from the match again. Because we've been pretty solid defensively in Europe. Of course, against Benfica in the last game, things went to shit on that front, but, you know, well, not really a lot we could do when the goalkeeper's making errors like that. Bosancic knocks it back inside for Lazovic. Oh, back out wide, Bosancic, ball across the box. Nobody there, unfortunately. Petkovic knocks it back in. Lazovic all the way across to Jovic, and that's going to go to nobody. In fact, that's going to go to De Paul. Hopefully, one of the 4 players that are around are actually going to put a foot in at some point on this attack and not just let him go. Oh my god. Oh, don't be a bastard. What was that? That was terrible defending. I mean, you had the entire length of the pitch to take that ball off of him, and it wasn't like there was 1-on-1, there was 4 of you. That's a shame. That is a shame. We're behind here in Spain after just 4 minutes. Oh, sign of things to come. Look at that. 3 of them there and no one gets near him. Good block, but it comes straight back to him, and he's just... Oh, Karaman can never get to that, and that's not the goalie's fault. No way. But, unfortunately, that does now put us at a disadvantage. We are a goal down, and they keep winning the ball in those areas. Bosancic, Lazovic, round the corner for Avramovski. Can he pick a pass out? Penalty! Unbelievable! I think that's the 3rd or 4th penalty we've had in the Champions League so far this year. We got a penalty against Valencia in the home leg. This is our chance here. And you know who's going to take it. It's Milos Bosancic, and I don't think he's missed a penalty for us yet. And I've just jinxed this massively because he's blatantly going to miss it now. Oh, go on, Milos. Go on, Milos. There we go. Valencia 1, Red Star Belgrade 1. We've not been great so far, but it's given us a lifeline, and it's allowed us to recover from that poor piece of defending. So it's basically back to square one after 10 minutes. He really does smash penalties, seriously. The amount of power he puts on them. Who's going to be able to save any of his penalties? I think that's his 14th goal this season. We are going to have to change some stuff that... Oh, please don't concede from a corner. That would be depressing. Oh, wow. I think we got away with that there, but the ball has come loose here for Georgi Despotovic. He's not the quickest. Unfortunately, we can't play Jovic up front because we need him on the left. Despotovic has done well there with the dribble. Bosancic, can he pick a pass? No. Hopefully we won't concede on the break, though. I think the highlight was the corner. The sort of kerfuffle after the corner was taken. That's my hope anyway. So they've started pretty strongly. I'm tempted to just drop a little deeper. Maybe turn that off as well. Just be a little bit more reactive than... Yeah. That being said, would it be wise for us to drop to a more counter-attacking style? This is a bit of a risk I'm taking here. But we are going to be under a lot of pressure, so maybe us going on the counter-attack isn't such a bad thing. It would stop us getting caught out so much ourselves, perhaps. Oh, come on! What? Thank you. Brilliant tackle, but what are you... I can't believe he missed the ball the first time round. Lazic, Petkovic. It means we can break forward in numbers rather than having men committed up the field all the time. That was a foul. That was a blatant foul. The ball was nowhere near him. I think we could be on for a tough one today, guys. We've done well to get ourselves level, but I don't know if... he's going to play it in behind the fullback. The ball's gone a bit too deep, surely. That's out of play. Surely that's out of play. Oh, come on! Oh, dear. Right, well, back on... I don't think it's even changed to counter, really, because... Right, we're back behind again. It's 2-1 here to Valencia. I don't know what's happening in the other game. I thought that went out of play, personally. Oh, no, it's not going out of play at all, is it? Oh! Completely wrong foot of the defender. Alcacer in all kinds of space, and it's 2-1 Valencia. That's poor, poor, poor defending. Again, we've been so bad defensively, that is. Yeah, no shit. If we can get to half-time at 2-1, there might be hope, but they've been really good in this game so far, Valencia, and I just worry that there's no way back for us. I mean, there's always a way back, as we've shown against Benfica. We just need to figure out what to do. Half an hour gone. Close down more, perhaps? I'm not sure. Well, it can't hurt us anymore, really, because we've already... You know, we've only had one shot, and that was the penalty, so clearly we're not creating much, and we need to, at some point in this game, start creating. It always starts with our own goal kicks, and that's... Maybe we do need to push up higher, or whether we were pushed up, so... I'm not sure. It seems that they're catching us on the counter-attack more than the other way round, and that's my main worry, is that we're getting caught high up the pitch. And maybe if we go to control, that way we're wary of counter-attacks, because that does seem to be the way that Valencia are playing. They've caught us on the break twice today already, and I'd rather not have it happen again, so maybe if we can do that, that could maybe limit their ability to do that. I love how we can bring that out of the air. My players always just head it in those situations. They'll bring it down, that's good stuff. Can I have great tackle from... Oh. Never mind. Great tackle again. We're getting some good tackles in. I might have to... Then again, we're closing down a bit more now. And again, useless ball. Right. Get a foot in. Somebody get a foot in. Somebody get a foot... Oh, come on! Oh, my God. Sorry, did I put it on close down more? Yeah, no, I did, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. Get stuck in. Just put some tackles in it. This is probably going to end up conceding a penalty or a red card, because that's all it seems to do when I have it turned on. But, like, he's able to come in off the wing here. There's two of you around him. They're not making any effort to get closer to him, just letting him have the shot, and I think this might be the end of our little journey in Europe, guys. Well, we've had some fun times with it. Yeah, I know we need to close them down. Oh, don't concede a fourth one before half-time. Let's not get silly now. But we have been really poor today. And they've been really good. Let's not make any mistakes about that. They've been really, really good. They've done what they've done, and I just can't think of a way that we're going to be able to come back into this game. That's the problem. Yeah, I know Paco Alcácer keeps doing things. I wish I could stop him, but we've just not had the ability to stop them today. We've maybe caught some teams on their off days in other games in this competition so far, but today it's just all gone a little bit wrong. Bosancic, is there a ball through? Most likely going to lose it and catches on the break. Despotovic, round the corner for Luka Jovic. He's going to shoot, and that's a horrible effort from Luka Jovic there. But again, you notice how we're still creating a decent number of clear-cut chances from the very minimal amount of shots we're actually having. So, what can we change for this second half? What can we change? Let's go a bit more structured. Yeah, maybe changing the team shape will help a little bit more. We're going to have to push higher up. We're going to have to try and squeeze them in a little bit. And I'm going to say shoot on sight because that will encourage Bosancic to take some pot shots. You just never know what we can come up with. I know I've changed the instructions loads and the team probably isn't that familiar with it, but right now at 3-1 down, we've got nothing to lose apart from the match, which we're already losing anyway. So if we were to somehow earn another 3-all draw or something, can you imagine? In the meantime, actually, I just want to check. So Eindhoven are beating Benfica. That is key. Because that would mean, in theory, that if Eindhoven beat Benfica, Benfica would then still have to beat Valencia in that last game to come third. So we're actually still in a fairly strong position on that particular front. But I don't want to concede too many goals today because it could end up coming down to goal difference. And us losing like 5-1 here would be abysmal from a defensive standpoint. And just a shame because we've been so solid. Well, relatively solid at the back. Get a foot in. Somebody go close him down. Please don't let him shoot. Cantabria. Oh, wow. Please be offside. He's not going to be offside, is he? Of course not. Well, there we go. It's 4-1 to Valencia. And they've been miles better than us. And nothing I've been able to do has been able to stop them from playing like that. Let's just throw it on overload now for the rest of the game and just see what we can do. I know that's absurd, but we're already losing by 4-1. If we can claw a couple of goals back just from pushing them back a little bit, I'll take it. We're going to do a little team talk and say, push forward. We're going to have to make some subs in a minute. And that's where my worry's coming, because we're only going to weaken the team by making any substitutions. But we've got no choice in the matter. Valencia have been very, very good. This was the kind of result I was expecting to get in every single game in our Champions League group, frankly. And the fact that we've managed to avoid it for the first 4 has been quite a miracle, really. So let's just see. What can we bring off the bench? Is there anyone that can play? Right, okay, Rakic can come on for Lazovic for the first sub because he's looking a little bit tired. So we'll get him off, and that's the first substitution I can make that's actually like for like. Might have to get one of those guys off that are booked as well, because the last thing we need is going down to 10 men at a time like this. Let's take more risks. We may as well. We're probably going to concede a 5th goal at some point soon anyway, but at least we've had a couple of shots in this second half. I mean, albeit probably long ranges. Right. That's it, get that ball down and start playing. Lazic, Rakic, he's got a little bit of a gap here. Avramovski's through, get a good touch. Oh, and it's well saved because, of course, players for the player team can never score those. They just don't ever go in. I've just never seen one of those actually go in the bloody net. Avramovski now with the corner. Plays it back for Jovic. Will he have a pot shot or will he drop it short? Goes for nobody. Shame. Still got a little bit of time left. Let's go for one more substitution now. I'm thinking, I wish I could bring Avramovski off, but we don't. Oh, yes, we do. Probably worrying that I've even done that. Actually, fuck it. Let's just go for it. Strakwalerski is going to come on for the last few minutes here. Some fresh legs, albeit older legs, but a little bit of experience. I think he's a better finisher as well. So you never know. Should a chance present itself, he might be able to stick it in the net and make it 4-2. Just get us a little bit of dignity back in this game. And as far as I know, Benfica are still losing. I haven't been paying attention, but I'm pretty certain it is still 1-0 to Eindhoven. So that's all we really need from that game, is for Benfica to lose. Since we've taken 2 points from Benfica, that was the key for us. And that looks like it is going to end up being 4-1. So it could have been a lot worse at times, really. I mean, I think actually going on overload just pushed them back enough for us to not end up... Oh, please don't score in the 90th minute. Oh, that's a piss take. Well, okay, it's not piss take, but was it... Let me guess. Goalkeeper just laid there on the floor. I wish this... I thought they fixed that. Fuego. To be fair, he's fallen over backwards. I mean, defending should have been better. I'm just so sick of conceding goals like that. 5-1 is a bit of a shame, really, considering I predicted 2-0 and that was me being pessimistic. But here we go, 5-1 defeat. It's a shame, but all is not lost for us in Europe this year, really. We're still, I think, going to be 2 points clear of Benfica. And unless they win their last game... Oh, my days. They didn't play very well. I've got to start looking at that before I listen to him. What are you doing, Dragon? Right, so yeah, they lost 1-0, which means we cannot go through now. Valencia and Eindhoven have now both qualified, and that could be a problem because it means that Valencia might play a weakened side. I'm going to just have a little look after the game and just see who we've got on that, whether they're at home or away on the last game. They are at home. Worries. But we are at home as well, and you never know. A point would be enough for us. No, it wouldn't. Not anymore because of the fucking result in that game. It's going to be a crunch one. It's going to be a fun live comp to do, I'm telling you that. There's a lot riding on that. We could get 3rd place and get Europa League, amazingly. So, in the next episode, we'll be doing the live comp, of course, against Eindhoven. So I'm sorry this first half of the season has taken a little while to go through, but I think it's probably worth it just to see these games, don't you think? So in the next episode, we'll be doing the PSV game. We've got the game against Radnicki and Donjestrom as well, but most importantly, the PSV game. That is the biggest game of the save so far. So if you guys like what you've seen, please feel free to drop a like on the video, and if you'd like to even more than that, please feel free to subscribe to my channel for more Portsmouth and Red Star Belgrade in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock, and I will see you guys in the next episode for the PSV Eindhoven game. Bye-bye.